question that we've asked your predecessors of both parties in this job. When you're up here in this briefing room speaking to the American public, do you view yourself and your role as speaking on, advocating on behalf of the president or providing the unvarnished truth that is, not to lie, not to obfuscate to the American people?
I commit to telling the truth from this podium every single day. I commit to speaking on behalf of the President of the United States. That is my job. And I will say it's very easy to speak truth from this podium when you have a president who is implementing policies that are wildly popular with the American people. And that's exactly what this administration is doing. It's correcting the lies and the wrongs of the past 4 years, many of the lies that have been told to your faces in this very briefing room. I will not do that. But since you brought up Truth Seek, I would like to point out, while I vow to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there is misinformation about this White House. So.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Today we're checking out how the new press secretary Karoline Leavitt is absolutely annihilating all of these smug reporters in front of everybody. You don't want to miss it. Let's go.
Of the 3,500 arrests ICE has made so far since President Trump came back into office, can you just tell us the numbers? How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws and therefore they are criminals as far as this administration goes. I know the last administration didn't see it that way, so it's a big culture shift in our nation to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal, but that's exactly what they are.
Exactly. If you are here illegally, you are a criminal and all criminals will get deported.
But is there any concern that we risk losing people with years of experience like doctors and let's say scientists?
Well, most doctors who work in actual hospitals and medical institutions have to show up to the office. We know that employees are more productive and more efficient when they are working in an in-office environment, and that's what this administration expects, and I think that's what American taxpayers expect. Don't forget, it's the American people who are funding this government, and they deserve people who are actually showing up to work on their behalf.
Well, but
that seems completely insane to me that people can get paid and not show up to work. Wild.
Caroline, there are more than 150,000 disabled Americans who are working today. The president talked a lot yesterday about hiring the best and the brightest to work in the federal government. Safety aside, does he believe that disabled people do have a place to work in the federal government? And does he also support the current protections for disabled people working in the private sector as well?
The president has made it very clear that this is a common sense solution to solving some of the problems that we have seen at the Federal Aviation Administration and also when it comes to many of the federal agencies across our government. People should not be hired based on their disabilities, based on their skin color, their gender, their race. None of that matters. What matters to this president and this administration is how well you can do your job, and the American people agree with that sentiment. So it's about competence, skill, and merit. And so the president is focused on ensuring that the most competent individuals, the best and the brightest in this country, are in positions in this federal government, especially when it comes to public safety. Can't overemphasize the importance of those jobs.
Well said, Caroline. Thank God for putting back some common sense back into the government.
President Trump is not messing around, and he's no longer going to allow America to be a dumping ground for illegal criminals from nations all over this world. And so El Salvador has not just agreed to the repatriation of their own citizens, but also illegal criminals from other nations who will then be sent to their prisons. Venezuela as well has agreed to repatriation flights, and Colombia also agreed to cooperate with the repatriation of illegal Colombian nationals that we have found in the interior of our country. And I can also confirm that today, the first flights from the United States to Guantanamo Bay with illegal migrants are underway. President Trump is not messing.
I think it's a great thing that we have a secure border again under Trump. All of these illegals into the country, that's wild to me. They should simply self-deport, if you ask me.
And this is what it looks like when you have a leader of our great nation who uses the leverage of the United States, who understands that since our nation's founding, we have been viewed
as that shining light on the hill. We have been viewed, rightfully so, as the best, proudest country in the world. And President Trump is not afraid to say that or to use that for the American people's benefit. And that's why you have seen so many countries around the world in just the matter of 2 weeks cave to President Trump's demands. In the past 24 hours, you have Canada and Mexico agreeing to help secure our southern and northern borders. And these tariffs that President Trump threatened to impose on both Canada and Mexico, and they were sign, seal, deliver, I may add. Those were retaliatory tariffs for the last 4 years of treatment by Canada and Mexico of our nation. They have allowed an unprecedented wave of illegal deadly drugs and illegal criminals on our territorial borders. And President Trump said, enough is enough. He is standing up for the American people. Too many lives have been lost at the hands of illegal migrants and Chinese fentanyl flowing through our nation's borders. And he got Canada and Mexico to step up to the plate to surge resources and personnel to our territorial borders. And America and the American people will be safer because of it.
Amazing, she is totally right. America is back to its greatness. Let's end this with a beautiful meme. Of Donald Trump. They are all beautiful, highly skilled, highly competent ladies, very smart, very intelligent, and very strong, and they will do great things under Trump for the country. I truly believe that she's right when she's saying that Trump is doing a fantastic job bringing all allies to common sense back again and helping restore America's greatness. Mexico and Canada and many more in the future, I am sure. Donald Trump has already done amazing things in such a short period of time, and Karoline Leavitt is here as Trump press secretary into the White House to deliver all the great news from Donald Trump to the American people. Let me know what you think about Karoline. Do you think she's great at her job? I think so. I think she's amazing, and she's a great pick as a new press secretary compared to the last 4 years. I hope you enjoyed this video with me today. Thanks for watching as always, and click right there so that you can watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye bye.